What's up, everybody? Okay, so Starcast. I didn't watch it. Didn't watch the Q&A. None of that. I was mainly hoping to hear what CM Punk had to say. Saw CM Punk's promo video, all that stuff, and CM Punk apparently says he's not going to be anywhere unless he's trolling us. Unless CM Punk is trolling us, and he might actually show up to the show tonight. But I felt kind of weird about it. I thought maybe CM Punk would actually return to wrestling. Benjamin? You think he's trolling us? He could be trolling us. Maybe he's not going to be at All Out. Who knows? According to Starcast, it could have just been a fake interview. Could have just been a bunch of him just trolling us. Like I said, who knows? But I am watching All Out tonight. I mean, who knows? Who knows? I'm actually excited. Would be excited. Yeah, it's called All Out. There's a show tonight. But will CM Punk be it all out? Is it all just nonsense? I guess people ask CM Punk the question so much. Are you returning to WWE? Are you going to AEW? What's up, Jermaine? It's a CM Punk topic. Michael, you're maybe right. Michael Pasta, you're maybe right. It is Chicago. CM Punk. Chicago made Punk. But just that All In was in Chicago and CM Punk didn't show up, I can imagine there being CM Punk chants at this show. But CM Punk was doing a movie, I think, in a different country. Don't know the name. I've actually talked about it before. Um, yes, I paid $50 for All Out, so Um, and I'm gonna stream some of the matches, not all of them. I'm gonna do the main event tonight and talk about it and review it. I kind of want to enjoy it, so I don't want to, talk about it too much, anyways. But CM Punk might officially just have said he's done with wrestling. There's a video of him in a wrestling ring. You know, he rolled on the floor and said, "I just took a bump. That's $20,000." UFC paid him $400,000 to get beat up by Mickey Gall, and the buy rates for him versus Mike Jackson went up really high. He didn't make it in UFC, and he thought he was too good to be in the WWE. But I'll tell you this much about CM Punk: I'm weirdly interested in hoping, hoping that he would actually return to wrestling tonight. We don't know. We'll find out tonight what happens. Maybe he'll interfere in the Hangman Page versus Chris Jericho match. Who knows? Him and Chris Jericho had a rivalry back in 2012. It'd be an insult if CM Punk was AEW champion. What's up, Michael Alexander Jr.? How you doing? Um, the crowning of the first AEW World Champion is going to be tonight. I'm just hoping for a good show. And you know what? There's no shame in losing in UFC. There's no shame in going to UFC. A lot of those wrestlers have never been in a fight in their life. I mean, if you want to step in that octagon yourself and see how it is, that's up to you. But yeah, this is just one of those videos where it's like, what are the odds of CM Punk actually returning tonight? What are the odds of CM Punk making an appearance tonight? Hmm. I don't watch NXT UK. I don't really care for it. I don't really care for Pete Dunne or Walter or any of them. I didn't even watch NXT UK. I was at work all day. Um, Set a new bar. The WWE doing NXT UK the same night as All Out. NXT takeovers are on Saturdays. Anyways, the UK loves that stuff. I watched the first NXT UK. Wasn't too big of a fan of it personally. I didn't care. I like Jordan Devlin. I'm a fan of Jordan Devlin. I think he should be on the main roster doing other things. Jordan Devlin's one of my favorite people from NXT UK. Pete Dunne's in NXT, but he's in the other NXT. Um, this might be the pay-per-view of the year, though. Alex, CM Punk basically said he's not really going anywhere. He's not. That was his quote. CM Punk reports not going anywhere, whatever that means. That's what he said. He's not going nowhere. Um, unless he's trolling us, Alex. Unless he's trolling us. I'll tell you guys this much. I'm not going to be buying a whole lot. I'm not going to be buying too many $50 pay-per-views anymore. After this, I may not get the next AEW pay-per-view. I don't, tell you the truth, I don't even care for AEW weekly shows. I don't care about Raw or any of them. He's cocky, you're right. Reese Allen, you're right. Yeah, I actually got Bleacher Report set up right now. I'm just waiting for it to come on. It starts at 5. I got about an hour left or so. I mean, think about it. If CM Punk went to AEW, as far as the wrestling world is concerned, they would like CM Punk and be like, wow, we get to see CM Punk wrestle in AEW. Do people believe that AEW has a chance to put an end to the WWE or at least give it competition? Batista says the WWE is way ahead of the game. They got NXT camps all over the world making new stars. I kind of agree. It's going to be on TV October 2nd, I believe, on TNT. AEW is okay. I think AEW will have a good 5 years. It might be longer. I think it's going to end up like Impact Wrestling. Your birthday? October 2nd is your birthday, Michael? But yeah, I'm going to give it 5 years. They have 5 years of storytelling and things to do. I never said AEW was able to compete with WWE. I think this company is going to have 5 years of beating the WWE, in my opinion, on my personal note. I think this company is really good in the start, but it's going to die very soon. Cody Rhodes might end up like the Triple H of AEW. And Kenny Omega's getting kind of old. Chris Jericho doesn't have too many years left. Hangman Page may not reach that kind of star power. I'm giving this company 5 years. 5 years and that's it. Jermaine, you're basically right. They're breaking the rules. They're bending the rules. Um, and what does that remind you of? That sounds like WCW, don't you think? Scott Hall, Kevin Nash. That sounds a lot like WCW, the way I see it. If you really think about it, WCW 2.0. You got John Moxley, Chris Jericho, Trent Beretta, Cody Rhodes. No. Cody Rhodes, John Moxley, and Chris Jericho. Basically leaving the WWE, but I will tell you this much about the WWE. The WWE mistreats a lot of people. You gotta take my word on that. They mistreat a lot of people. They really do. And it's not fun to be in a company or work at a job where you're mistreated. I've been there. I know how it is. So, Vince McMahon's a billionaire. Tony Khan's a billionaire. Now, he doesn't learn. He really doesn't. I'll tell you one thing. I do like the storytelling in this company, but I don't like the women's division, period. I don't like women's wrestling, period. I'll tell you guys that much. Not a fan of women's wrestling. They have a good tag division. They need to space everything out. This is not going to be a bad event, but I'm not going to spend $50 on much more AEW pay-per-views in the future. I'm going to tell you that much. I'm not really that big of a fan. I went to Fyter Fest to see what it was like to go to an AEW event so I can say I went to an AEW event. You know what, right? Reese, you're right about it. If I said your name right, Alan, I'll call you Alan. Alan, if you're absolutely right. Vince doesn't care about the WWE. He just wants to prove that he's smarter than everybody else by writing the show, ripping the script up, doing things his way. Vince McMahon is all about proving that he's the alpha male of his own thing. You know, when you do your own thing and someone else wants to do it better than you, kind of thing. I think Raw and SmackDown's kind of improved, but I feel like they're also trying too hard. I feel they put Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman in a really bad position. That's how I see it. But I will say one thing. If this pay-per-view did not have a title match on it, I probably wouldn't be as interested in watching it, to be perfectly honest with you. I just want to watch the history of the crowning of the first AEW champion. It's one of those memorable type things. If that makes any sense, you don't have to agree with that opinion. I still like the WWE. Don't get me wrong. I like the WWE. I just feel in the WWE they do too much of the same stuff. And they repeat the same stuff too much. I think that the WWE has a lot of great talent they don't know how to use properly. That's my personal opinion. They let little flaws hold people back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Maybe I'll grab my Red Bull. Yeah, there we go. Like watching wrestling, I'm a big fan of Finn Balor. And Finn Balor is really good. Chris Jericho, honestly, I like Chris Jericho. I personally like him. I think that he's actually, I think that, I don't feel in the WWE he was mistreated at all. I felt like he just wanted to prove a point. I feel like Chris Jericho wants to prove his star power. Chris Jericho wants the wrestling world to know that he's the man. And that's why tonight Chris Jericho might become the first AEW champion. Who's going to win tonight? I can't even tell you that. I don't know who's going to win any of these matches. And that's one thing I like about this company. I never know the outcome for the most part. I like Pentagon Jr. I like the Lucha Bros. I feel Pentagon Jr. is being mistreated personally. I feel they're not using Pentagon Jr. right at all. They keep on unmasking the guy. Is Pentagon Jr. going to climb up the ladder? They unmask him? Chris Jericho is about to be 50 years old. He doesn't have much time anyways. Chris Jericho has about maybe 3 years left of wrestling. Then he's probably going to retire. He'll be too old. Unless he wants to keep going. But once you get older, you don't want your blood pressure to get real high. You don't want to affect your health. I affect my health a lot because I have anxiety attacks. I need to calm down. I need to stop drinking these. I need to quit. It gets harder as you get older. I can imagine being that old and being slow and not being as athletic. I saw his match with Kenny Omega, and you know what? His match with Kenny Omega at Double or Nothing was not very memorable to me. Well, Vince McMahon has a different image. Vince McMahon doesn't want Kofi Kingston as champion. He doesn't want Seth Rollins as champion. He didn't want AJ Styles as champion. Vince McMahon doesn't, and you know what's funny? He doesn't like Braun Strowman. He doesn't like EC3. Two guys he should like because of their size and looks. I don't blame Vince for having some of it. I think some of Vince McMahon's opinions are actually okay. But besides that, he's just not a good writer. This isn't 1999 anymore. It's 2019. You know, Vince McMahon is old now. He's really old and he doesn't know what to do anymore. That's all. The topic on CM Punk. CM Punk in AEW could be phenomenal. I don't think he should show up personally. I think UFC ruined his career. I think CM Punk should have stayed away from UFC. He went to StarCast probably to make some extra money. He's probably tired of hearing people asking him, are you going to AEW? Are you going back to wrestling? Probably tired of hearing that question. Nah, it's $50. Oh, you guys want me to live stream the All Out pay-per-view? I can do that for you. I'll sit here and talk to you about it if you want to watch my live stream. You guys want me to live stream? I'll sit here and with the headphones on, and I'll sit here and watch it, and we'll talk, and I'll tell you what's going on. We can talk about it, give you my opinion. You guys want me to do that? I can do that for you guys. I gotta get my phone charged though. I can sit here and watch it with you if you guys can't buy it on pay-per-view. Or I could, sit here for 3 hours with you guys today. I gotta get my phone charged, get my I gotta go get my phone charger. You want me to sit here, Jermaine? Let me know if you guys want me to sit, because I'll talk about CM Punk for a minute. Hey, Jermaine, are you watching it today? You guys watching All Out? If you guys watch my stream, I'll live stream it. I gotta get my phone charged though and everything. In about 4 minutes, I'm gonna end this stream, get my phone charged up, and I'm gonna live stream for you guys. How's that sound? How's that sound, y'all? I'll be AEW Jackson Parker today. You haven't watched it yet? Well, tonight's All Out, and I'll be here. Basically, I'm just going to be commentating it for you. I can't show you the TV. I can just watch it with you, and I can tell you what's going on, if that's good enough for you. I'll do that for you, because I like you a lot. So guys, let me know. Because I kind of don't want to sit for them, or I can maybe do match after match, whatever. I mean, shoot. We'll see. If you haven't watched AEW, then you're gonna have a really negative opinion about it, honestly. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros for the AAA Tag Team Championships in Mexico at All Out. It's only fun if you watch it, honestly. I'm just gonna review it. I can't sit here for 3 hours and watch it like that. I gotta shower anyways and go get me some food. Sorry if I can't do it. My phone's. I've been using my phone for live streams for such a long time now, so I don't have a whole lot of options personally. I'm gonna watch this event, but like I said, guys, $50 is a lot of money. It's not money I feel guilty spending that kind of money because it put me down a little bit. AEW is going to be charging this kind of money for pay-per-views in the next year or so. So my advice to you guys is this. You think so? CM Punk should have left the same way Cody did? You don't like the Young Bucks? A lot of people don't like the Young Bucks. I can understand that. I can feel that. You're not liking the Young Bucks. A lot of people don't. It's understandable. I like Kenny Omega. I think the Young Bucks are okay in my personal opinion, but that's my opinion. I have no problem with them. A lot of people don't like the Young Bucks. I totally understand. I get it. But Kenny Omega, I like him. I like him. And DDP and Brett introducing the title. You mean Brett introducing the title, unless you install DDP there. But, yeah. Some people should just stick with WWE. I'm giving this company a year, giving it a chance. I'll give it 5 years of life. But wrestling gets really exhausting after a while. It really gets exhausting. You watch a lot of it, you get tired of it, and you get tired. I went years without watching the WWE, so I know exactly how it feels to stop watching WWE. I get it. I understand. You get kind of bitter about it. Do I think CM Punk will show up tonight? I don't know. I don't know, Football Home. I really don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to say. If he shows up, then we were fooled. We still think that. It's funny. He says he won't show up tonight, but we still think that he will. It's kind of funny. It's like reverse psychology on us. He is a troll. He's been a troll. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think CM Punk would help AEW? You think a 40-year-old CM Punk will help AEW reach more potential? You don't think so, Austin Gamer fan? And as far as AJ Lee and CM Punk, um, if AJ Lee and CM Punk are gonna be at All Out in the arena, that would be a little bit awkward. But I just don't understand. Like, think about this: CM Punk lost to Mickey Gall in UFC in like less than a minute, or you lasted what, a minute and a couple seconds in UFC. So this guy who got beat in UFC is going to become the AEW champion. You think the WWE is going to care if CM Punk became the AEW champion? If CM Punk wanted to wrestle, I'd say he has about 5 years. 45, and then you stop. You don't want to continue as you get older to do such physical things to your body, in my opinion. When I'm 40 years old, I'm not going to want to go in the wrestling ring and hurt myself. Um, he could be the AEW World Champion. If he wanted to go to AEW, he can be the phase of the company. We can get Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk, or I'll tell you something funny. I don't want to see John Moxley versus Chris Jericho. I don't want to see Chris Jericho versus CM Punk. I don't want to see reruns of WWE stuff. I really don't. I saw when John Moxley debuted and did Dirty Deeds to Chris Jericho, I did not want to see Jericho versus John Moxley. It's just my opinion. Don't take that personally. I don't care for John Moxley versus CM Punk. I didn't want to watch that match. I didn't like it in the WWE, despite the fact that he went through some tax. I got 58% on my phone. Probably. Like Austin Aries. Let's talk about Austin Aries. He has a bad attitude. I remember a Slammiversary against Johnny Impact. Johnny Impact beat CM Punk, and then CM Punk just leaves the. I mean, no, not CM Punk. Johnny Impact defeats Austin Aries, and Austin Aries gets up like he never got hurt and flicks everyone off and walks out. Austin Aries was rumored that he might show up. Yeah, he could talk with Vince and Triple H anytime he wants, I'm sure. If he wanted to do that, anyways. I mean, shoot. Who knows? Who really cares? Who really knows? I don't. To be honest with you, I would be excited if he showed up, but I'd also criticize him for showing up back in wrestling personally. He shows up to All Out. Whatever. Who cares? Really? Who really cares? It would be shocking that he returned to wrestling, but to be honest with you, CM Punk burned out on me with all those pipe bomb promos and Bleacher Report promos. I got real burned out by the guy. I started to not like CM Punk anymore, personally. And this is just, again, my opinion. CM Punk got real annoying to me. Pipe bomb promos, and his matches were kind of the same in a way. I mean, I remember they did the Shield versus CM Punk. JR is really old. I mean, he's interviewing Sean Spears. JR's aged a lot. He's always been old. Um, like it. I like JR, but these guys are getting old, man. They're getting old. When you're old, you don't have time. I don't remember when he knocked a fan out in Ring of Honor. No. I mean, here's the thing. CM Punk is very entertaining. Even if I don't like him, he can talk on the mic. He's got personality. His personality is spot on, believe it or not. Is he cocky? Yes. Is he full of himself? Yes. Does he do things, take really stupid risks? Yes, he does. I respect CM Punk for going to UFC and fighting two people. Even if it was the worst fights in UFC history, I'll always respect CM Punk for at least trying. So that's something that none of us could do, maybe. Maybe one of you could do it. I don't know. I couldn't do it. So I respect CM Punk for training hard and getting ready for a fight. I respect CM Punk for trying. It just didn't make him look too good. I'm not bashing CM Punk, but it ruined him. This guy in wrestling, you need that believable image of this guy. This guy's larger than life, and he can beat you up. Okay, giving Kofi Kingston the championship makes no sense. Kofi Kingston can't. Doesn't look like he can beat everybody up. Seth Rollins doesn't look like he can beat anybody up. Chris Jericho is actually tough in real life. He beat up Goldberg in real life. I don't know about Hangman Page, but he's bigger and stronger, doing his cowboy shit. But yeah. But talking about the topic, I'm just saying, in a sense, CM Punk has some positives, but his negatives kind of hold him back. That's my opinion. CM Punk was not even mistreated. He got to defend this title. He got to face the Undertaker at WrestleMania 29. He was a champion for how many days? 400 something days, I forget. They could have done WrestleMania. I mean, they could have made WrestleMania 29 CM Punk versus The Rock versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. I will say this much. I don't agree with CM Punk losing to The Rock at the Royal Rumble. I'll tell you that much. I don't think that The Rock versus Cena should have happened twice in a row at WrestleMania. I don't agree with that very much. CM Punk versus The Undertaker was a match of the night. But I will say CM Punk should have main evented at least one WrestleMania. And if they did that for him, then maybe, just maybe, he would have had a better attitude. Why not CM Punk versus John Cena versus The Rock? The Undertaker could have faced anyone else. You know? Yeah, he is a good wrestler. You're right about that. He is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 2011, 2013. Yeah, it was a while, over a year. He was a champion for over a year. His title run was not that bad. It was not a terrible title run. He had some pretty good matches with Chris Jericho, Daniel Bryan, um, John Cena. He even had a rivalry with Ryback. But I will say this, I don't agree to this day that The Rock should have been that guy to take out CM Punk at the Royal Rumble. I don't agree with that. I'll never agree with that. You guys might like that. I'm not a fan of that, honestly. I like The Rock, but he should never have beaten CM Punk. CM Punk should have lost that title at WrestleMania 29. You know what they could have done? This they could have done the main event. Oh, here's a good idea. And the streak versus the title. Then the Undertaker drops the title the next night, or loses it in a month. Who knows? How about that? They could do The Rock versus Cena too, but no title on the line. John Cena can just beat The Rock or whatever. But imagine that. CM Punk versus The Undertaker. Title versus the streak. And The Undertaker becoming the WWE Champion just one more time. He didn't want to? I didn't know that. I don't know. I think CM Punk won the main event. I mean, that's the thing. CM Punk wanted to be in the main event. And I remember when yeah. See, Alan, you agree with me. Steelers fan don't agree with me. But I don't think, look about it. The Undertaker beating CM Punk at WrestleMania, that would have been cool. It may not have been, The Undertaker would not have had a long title run, but it would have been cool. John Cena didn't have to beat The Rock for the championship. They didn't need to give The Rock the championship. In my opinion, he wasn't a draw as much. The Rock never showed up. He had movies. The Rock missed a Hollywood movie premiere because of WrestleMania 29. They should have left The Rock alone. The Rock and John Cena could have had their match at WrestleMania 28, and John Cena could have beat The Rock, or John Cena could have beat The Rock at WrestleMania 28. Whatever. And some say so, yeah, Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker was a bad idea. Yeah, that's kind of true. Looking back, I think that The Undertaker, I don't think they should have ever had ended his streak, period. Kind of like Hulk Hogan's SummerSlam undefeated streak. Is that truly true? He wanted to face the Undertaker. Thing about it is, they could have done something better. Looking back at WrestleMania 29, it was such a mess. WrestleMania 32 was also a mess. It was a huge mess. You know. Um, but yeah, WrestleMania 32, everyone got injured at WrestleMania 32. Now, what also makes me mad about WrestleMania 29 is the way they used the Shield. They had the Shield versus Ryback, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. The Shield were debuting at WrestleMania. That was the first match of the night. Was the Shield versus Big Show, Randy Orton, and Sheamus. Randy Orton versus Cena rivalry. Um, no, not really. Their chemistry is not so good. I was bored by their matches. I didn't like their matches, to be honest with you. I was bored by them. Is it funny I say that Randy Orton and John Cena don't have good chemistry? But I will say I liked Batista versus John Cena. I thought that was good, in my opinion. I never liked Cena versus Triple H, but Batista versus John Cena was okay, in my personal opinion. A good rivalry. But Randy Orton isn't my favorite wrestler so much. Um, John Cena. What did I like? John Cena. You know what? I did like John Cena's matches with Kevin Owens. I thought those were good. Um, John Cena. Um, versus Rusev was kind of all right. I don't know. I did like Jeff Hardy's matches. I liked CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy. You guys probably aren't a fan of that match, but I liked CM Punk versus the Jeff Hardy feud. I thought that was a pretty good feud. They were. You're right. They were. I was just bored by them. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. AJ Styles versus John Cena. Oh, and guys, subscribe to me if you haven't subscribed to me. But I thought CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy was good. Edge versus John Cena was pretty good. I liked Edge versus John Cena. That was a pretty good rivalry, an underrated rivalry, honestly. I wish Mr. Kennedy had a rivalry with him. Shoot. Yeah. What else do we have here? Baron Corbin. Yeah, he's a good heel. He's a good heel. He's a boring heel, but he's all right. Vince McMahon likes Baron Corbin, so that's why Baron Corbin gets a lot of special treatment. Um, hmm. Going back a little bit in time here. Rey Mysterio versus Chris Jericho was a good feud, I thought. CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio was a pretty good feud. CM Punk faced Randy Orton at WrestleMania 27, a match that no one remembers too well. Randy Orton beat CM Punk while CM Punk was the leader of the Nexus. I'm gonna actually review. But hey, here's the deal. So tonight I'm gonna review All Out. I want to enjoy it and watch it. Live streaming is very exhausting. If you guys understand, CM Punk should have won. I'm gonna watch this show, take notes on it, and I'm gonna review it tonight for you guys. I just want to enjoy it. I'll live stream about things. And his voice is flat. The Great Khali. In the beginning, the Great Khali was destroying everybody. If you remember, man, the Great Khali defeated the Undertaker at Judgment Day after WrestleMania 22, I believe. Yeah, it was after WrestleMania 22. And the Great Khali defeated the Undertaker, and the Great Khali was just destroying everybody. if you remember, the Great Khali was a monster. He was beating everyone. The Great Khali is a former world champion. The Great Khali, he John Cena beat him. Great Khali kind of lost his luster when John Cena kept beating him. I thought Umaga had a lot of potential, and he doesn't even talk. Armando Estrada talked for him, if you remember. Armando Estrada and Umaga, they were really good. Some say Umaga should have been the WWE champion. Big Cass, I don't really care, but he might. I mean, Enzo and Big Cass are said to be in a. Actually, Big Cass and Enzo I heard were going back to NXT from what I read about, but I don't know if that's true. I don't believe what I hear on the internet. I'm just telling you guys. I just want to talk about CM Punk. Big Cass and Enzo going back to NXT. I mean, I will tell you something about Enzo Amore, though. Enzo Amore, he made the Cruiserweight division interesting. And you guys don't like that at all. Enzo Amore, he made things interesting. Enzo Amore has incredible mic skills. Big Cass and him as a tag team are kind of off balance, in my opinion. They're not interested in Enzo and Cass? Yeah, maybe not. I got sharp pains. When you have anxiety attacks, you get sharp pains in your body. I gotta calm down. I'm gonna try not to drink soda and energy drinks anymore. I need to stop. It's bad for your health. Vince McMahon wanted to push Big Cass. Big Cass faced Daniel Bryan at Money in the Bank, so who knows? I like Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman would be a good champion. Not a tag team champion, by the way. I always liked Braun Strowman. Some say he's corny, but I like him. Braun Strowman is a believable champion. Braun Strowman is like he's larger than life type of person. Now I'm not on meds, man. So you have anxiety too. It's not just me. Yeah, basically, Braun Strowman, he's not going to get nowhere. Braun Strowman's going to be nowhere. If Seth Rollins beats him, he's done. Imagine that. Seth Rollins might defeat Braun Strowman. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm all out. Daquan, how you doing, man? Thank you for the comments, man. I appreciate that. I thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. AJ Styles was too good for NXT. There is nothing left for AJ Styles to do in the WWE, personally. There's nothing else for him to do except become the Universal Champion. After that, he doesn't need the Intercontinental Champion. Heavy alcohol. Mine's just from verbal abuse my whole life. Adam Cole, baby, has it. We're talking about NXT. I'll tell you this much about the NXT on the USA Network. I do not want to watch 2 hours of NXT on the USA Network. He is kind of getting boring and slow. AJ Styles is getting boring. When he debuted, it was cool. He was having matches with Chris Jericho. I think, you know what I want from AJ? I want AJ Styles to go to AEW for 1 year and become the AEW champion. Just sign a one-year contract and leave AEW. Nah, the OC isn't ruining AJ Styles. The writing's ruining AJ Styles, in my opinion. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are very underrated competitors, y'all. Gotta understand that. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson are very underrated. They were big shots in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and now they're just nobodies. It's a shame to say that, but it's just the truth. Yeah, my anxiety is bad from verbal abuse, though, man. I've been through a lot of crazy things in life. It kind of reflects on you differently as you get older. And you hate yourself because you wish you could have done something about it, and you didn't have the courage to do something or defend yourself enough, and now you're mad about that, and it's more anger being built up from you not making the right decision, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. That's why I got anxiety, though. I've been through a lot of stuff, man. My life hasn't been perfect, but I mean, no one's life is perfect, I guess. But I have my own ways of dealing with it. But yeah, the All Out is tonight. We got CM Punk. Um, yeah, and All Out's pretty good for that. The crowning of the first AEW champion is all I. That's the only thing I care for. I don't care about the Dark Order versus the Best Friends. I don't really. Their women's division is garbage. Their tag division's okay. They kind of added matches to this event just so we would have more to do and kill more time. You know, the Casino Battle Royal might be all right. I don't know. I'm not going to gamble it. Not going to risk it. I'm just going to watch this tonight and then review it. So hope you. Hey, if you guys want to, you can review. Go. You can join me for my review later on the night. I just don't want to sit and live stream it because I really just want to enjoy it. I hope you guys understand that. Let's get a live stream with you guys today. But tonight I'm going to take notes and review it and give you my opinion. And I hope you guys are watching me tonight. It's going to end at like 10 or something, or 8 or 7 or whatever. But hopefully you guys join me. I'll be back. But yeah, guys, yeah, it's going to be a picture of the whoever won the title is getting a picture tonight on my page. But who knows? CM Punk might show up. Will he be here tonight? Will he show up at All Out in the ring and make an appearance or whatever? I can't really answer that. I don't know what to tell you guys. I think CM Punk coming back to wrestling is a huge mistake. I think it won't do them any good. You're giving a guy a championship title shot when he lost at a UFC fight in 2 minutes. Not saying I could do any better. But CM Punk wouldn't do much for them, in my opinion. And if he became the champion, the WWE would just laugh at him, honestly, as an insult. Yeah, I kind of do too, Alan. Yes, I agree. I don't think CM Punk should be in any wrestling promotion, period. CM Punk's accomplished enough in wrestling, from Ring of Honor to Impact Wrestling to AEW. Yes, he was in TNA for a short time. You know, I'll tell you something funny. Impact Wrestling posted a video about CM Punk. You might have gotten a notification on YouTube recently. Actually, CM Punk looks like he's gained a lot of weight. CM Punk made a video and sending a message to everybody about StarCast Q&A questions. If he returns, that's great, but I don't really care for him. I don't care for CM Punk. I get careless. I would actually be kind of embarrassed. It'd be embarrassing to have him in AEW. And that's, you know, it's kind of embarrassing. You're gonna bring in CM Punk for publicity so you make money. CM Punk's in it just there to make. They're using him to make money off their promotion because everyone wants CM Punk to wrestle again. But so that's the only reason why they want to sign him is for publicity and to be the talk of the wrestling world. So we're not gonna watch WWE. We're gonna focus on what's going on with this promotion in AEW. You know what? I'm going to talk about that. Talk to you about that for a quick, Alan, about AEW on TNT. I do not care about weekly shows. I really don't. Why I watch them, I don't know. It gives me something to do. I like weekly shows. I'll tell you the truth. I watch Raw and SmackDown because it's something to watch. I don't even like watching it. I'd rather go do other things. I got me some Pokemon cards and stuff. If you guys look at my Pokemon, I'm a nerd. I go to TBS Comics. I'll read comic books. I collect cards. I'm a nerdy guy. I'm pretty nerdy. My whole room's full of all sorts of stuff. Dragon Ball Z DVDs, Mega Man toys. So you might see my Dragon Ball Z DVDs right over there in the corner, right next to my mirror. Those are Dragon Ball Z DVDs. That's a Thanos pop doll. And those are Mega Man toys. And it's all over there. My finger's pointing. Those are Dragon Ball Z DVDs. Over here, you got Pokemon cards. For nostalgia reasons. Yeah, guys, how much I got 30% on my camera on my phone still, so yeah, we'll see. But we watching. I'm gonna review All Out, give you my opinion. This is the last $50 I'm probably ever gonna spend on an AEW pay-per-view. I'll tell you something. Double or Nothing was okay. Fyter Fest, I went there, so I could say I like it. Fight for the Fallen was decent. This company does have some issues. I like the hats. I like the shirts. I'm not gonna lie to you there. I do like I do like the clothes and things. I love their merchandise. It's kind of cool. This AEW shirt hat's kind of cool. I like it, but it looks cooler than a WWE shirt, anyways. But weekly shows, I do not care about Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW weekly shows. Most likely, I'm not gonna watch AEW weekly shows. Most likely. I won't be tuning into AEW on Wednesday nights. I don't really want to watch it. I think that a weekly show for AEW being 2 hours long is going to give them overkill on their company. They do not have a big enough roster for them to do so much. I think AEW is personally going to fail. In 5 years, it's going to fail. I'll say it again. 5 years, fail. It's over. WWE will keep on growing because they have. You got WCW, AEW, WCW 2.0 versus a wrestling company that keeps on making new stars from NXT. So, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Explain. Unless AEW can get their own NXT. Basically, yeah. Basically, yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying give up on watching wrestling. Don't give up watching wrestling. Enjoy it, though, if you want to enjoy it. I'm burnt out by the WWE. I don't like watching WWE because it bores me. Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman can't even save it. Either way, they can't even save it. There's nothing they can do about it. They can't save the WWE. It's broken. The WWE is broken. They've done too much. They don't know. Is ECW going to return in 2019? Now, there's 3 belts I want to buy for my collection. That's an ECW, a WCW, and a Winged Eagle belt for my collection. I have a collection of belts I want to get before I'm done buying things with my money. You know, I got my Pokemon cards, Dragon Ball Z DVDs, and 3 replica belts from 3 different companies. Hopefully AEW gets a replica belt from them too. Now, the replica belt is pretty good. When a legend returns, yeah, some people do. Some people are like that. You're like that. That's fine. I understand. I got about 13 minutes left. But yeah, guys, I'm just saying on a personal note about WWE and wrestling. I'm burnt out with wrestling personally. I'm gonna watch this All Out pay-per-view. I think it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm sure it'll be good. But I don't see this company beating the WWE anytime soon. Hangman Page is not a well-known name. If you go back to the 90s, if you guys were born in the 90s, 95 to 1990, I was born in 1990. I was a 90s wrestling fan. And everyone knew Stone Cold Steve Austin. Everyone knew The Rock. People knew Triple H and DX. Wrestling promoted their stuff really well back in that time because social media was a different thing. You would bring a Kodak camera to a wrestling show. You would bring your big old camera to the wrestling shows. That's not going to happen anytime soon, Alan, because they need to make money. The buy rates for this are probably going to be really good, I would say. But shoot, who knows? But I think back in the 90s, social media, there was no YouTube, there was no Facebook, there was no Twitter, Instagram, any of that. Think about that, the 1990s. Lars Sullivan, he's okay. He's all right. I think he was supposed to be their next top monster heel. Beans. I'm not gonna ask. But yeah, Lars Sullivan was supposed to be their next top heel, but they didn't want to use him. He got injured. He was feuding with the Lucha House Party. They were probably gonna make him like a champion. He had anxiety attacks, had to go home. He got injured. He has some bad luck. That's all. Bad luck on Lars Sullivan's part. But yeah, I don't know, guys. Honestly, do you guys enjoy watching wrestling or do you just watch it because you're bored? I just like to talk about it and criticize it, but I've watched it for so long that I guess I kept on giving wrestling a chance. I've been giving wrestling a chance for the past 20 years. After 2000 and I'd say after 2008, that's when I started hating wrestling altogether. I didn't watch wrestling from 2008 to the end of 2010 when I found out that Sheamus became the WWE champion by beating John Cena in a tables match. And I tuned back to watch wrestling. And truth is, I just was watching because I heard that The Rock was returning. I heard they were doing some cool things. After 2008, wrestling took a. Now, WrestleMania 24 was a good WrestleMania. It was good. After 2015 was a decent year in wrestling, believe it or not. I liked now Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 was a great match. That was one of Roman Reigns' best matches was WrestleMania 31. Well, that's one of his best matches right there. If you go back and watch that match, you'll be like, wow, Roman Reigns was doing really well in this match. Promise you. Promise you. He was doing really well. The match, because Brock Lesnar looked really strong. It was more of like a Cinderella Man type of stuff. Like, we have Cinderella Man. We have the underdog Roman, not the big dog, the underdog Roman Reigns versus the unstoppable Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 31. Storyline being Roman wins the Royal Rumble, goes on to WrestleMania 31 to face Brock. Can he put Brock Lesnar down? The same guy who ended the Undertaker streak, a year before. Wade Barrett, I don't think is returning to wrestling. Wade Barrett is actually the general manager of a different wrestling. I think it's Defiant Wrestling. I think Defiant. I forget, but he's like the GM of a wrestling place in England somewhere. Yeah. Wade Barrett might one day. I liked Wade Barrett. I thought Wade Barrett should have been the WWE champion or world champion. Wade Barrett's a former bare knuckle brawler. He's really tall. He could probably beat up Randy Orton in real life. So yeah, Wade Barrett's a real tough guy. Yeah. You know what? The Nexus storyline was actually decent. I like the Nexus storyline. When going back, the Nexus was kind of cool. It was refreshing. I liked it. In the Nexus storyline, people give it criticism. I liked it. Yeah, Bret Hart is probably not going to be at any more AEW events, personally. Bret Hart says it wasn't a lifetime thing. Yeah, the Nexus storyline was pretty cool. It was refreshing. I enjoyed it. They just go around beating up people. Guys, remember Survivor Series 2009 or 10, I believe. I think 10, yeah. Brings back a lot of memories. That brings back good memories of my past when I was out partying and clubbing and watching wrestling before YouTube was even a thing. I didn't start YouTubing until 2012. Beat up Taker and Kane. They beat up John Cena. They beat up everybody backstage from Yoshitatsu to Evan Bourne. Don't you guys miss those days in wrestling? Don't you guys miss the old days when we were younger? When I was a 18-year-old kid or 19-year-old kid going out partying at the clubs and going home watching wrestling, and those are the days, man. Times changed. People got older. Things change, man. Time just goes by, and you lose, faith in the world. And you go back, and as you get older, you say, man, yeah, the days before the internet, you mean, Alan? Yeah. The days before the internet. I know what you mean. Because of the internet spoils everything. The internet's going to spoil NXT. It's going to spoil returns. They might have spoiled CM Punk's return. Hey, they could have done Kenny Omega versus a mystery opponent, not tell us who it is. Pac was supposed to show up tonight, and as a surprise, but they needed him in a match. They had to have Kenny Omega had to. People. I think if people thought that Pac was a mystery opponent, they would have thought it was CM Punk, and Pac come out and the fans boo. That's why they did that. Because if it said Kenny Omega versus mystery opponent, everyone would have assumed they were talking about CM Punk, and that would have been disappointing if Pac came out. Pac comes out in a CM Punk shirt. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny. But yeah, got 16%. I got 5 minutes. Yeah, Christopher Daniels is 49 years old. He's almost 50. Yeah, I got 15% on my camera. He's on a SCU. I like SCU. They're pretty good. Pretty good team. SCU. We are the best. SCU, the pride of the West. SCU, born and raised. SCU from the Golden State. SCU. I like it. Christopher Daniels looks young. He looks like he's in his 30s, but he's 49 years old. He takes care of himself. Unlike me drinking these energy drinks. This is my StarCast stream, though, so I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream because I'm gonna start watching All Out in about 4 minutes. So I hope you guys enjoyed my stream, though. I was gonna talk to you guys before All Out. I like Aiden English. He's very entertaining. Aiden English was really good at NXT too. Aiden English was what made Rusev Day what it was. Rusev Day would be nothing without Aiden English, personally. Rusev needs to leave the WWE, him and Lana. Rusev needs to go to AEW. Same with Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler and Rusev need to go to AEW. And EC3, send them to AEW. WWE ain't going to use you right. EC3, Rusev, and Dolph Ziggler need to go to AEW. I made a video about that not too long ago. What do you guys think? Rusev Day in AEW? Dolph Ziggler would be great in AEW. Dolph Ziggler is like almost 40. Ryback as well, yeah. Ryback as well. Ryback's okay. He's alright. I don't mind him. He's alright. They ruined Ryback when they put Ryback versus CM Punk back in 2012. They wanted CM Punk. He's 40? Yeah, he's almost 40. I think he's 40. He's old. Dolph Ziggler is old. People don't know that. He's an old man. You can see his gray hairs. It's all blonde. Can't really notice. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler is pretty old. I think he's like 38, actually. 38 or 39. I think his birthday just passed. The Ascension? Yeah, they're nobodies. The Ascension got buried when the APA, when Bradshaw, all the legends attacked them on like their second night. That's when the Ascension went downhill, basically. Psycho Sid is way too old. But yeah, guys, I also want to talk about CM Punk with you in AEW. I'm watching All Out. I'm going to review it tonight, take notes, and give you my opinion. Negative or not bad, Like the WWE is known for ruining people. That's true. A lot of talent in the WWE. I wish could do better. Whatever. But tonight's All Out. I wanted to live stream for an hour with you guys and talk to you guys before the show, so we could talk for an hour, and then I'll begin watching All Out. I got my notepad. I'm gonna take notes. Who wins? Who doesn't win? Etc. My battery's dying on me right now. So, and the last minute, I want to say, hope you guys have a good day. I'll see you guys tonight for my review for All Out. I'm not gonna stream the whole pay-per-view. That takes forever. But if Punk doesn't return, he could return. Who knows, man? If he returns, it is what it is. But yeah, tonight is All Out. You guys All Out? Or you guys with WWE? You guys want CM Punk to return? I'll give you the results tonight. Question is, who will be the first AEW champion? Who will be the first AEW champion? Are you guys all out? And where will this company be in the future? But I'll see you guys tonight for the review. I hope you guys join my stream later on. And you guys have a good day. And I'll give you the results later. And Peace out, everybody.